From the studios of Foxborough Cable Access, located in the center of Foxborough, Massachusetts, you are watching Around Foxborough.
Hello everyone, welcome to Around Foxborough. My name is Julia. I'm your host. Today we have a very exciting guest. Her name is Lillian Okech. I met her back in March when I went to Phoenix, and she has a great passion in life, and then she started a company, and then she is not from this country, and then she has a quite story to tell. So we would like to have you as our guest. Lillian, welcome to Foxborough Cable Access around Foxborough.
Thank you so much for having me today, Julie.
Yes, Lillian. So please tell us about your history, where you're from, your background.
Yes, my name is Lillian Okech. I was born in Refugee Camp in Uganda. My parents originally from South Sudan. I lived in Refugee Camp for 15 years. In 2005, we have the opportunity to move to US. And when I come in this country, just like every little girl, I have a dream to be an entrepreneur, to help my people back home, and to help my community here in US. And that's why I started Cleaning for Hope. Cleaning for Hope provides job to help our local community. And with Cleaning for Hope, when we clean people's house, and if they don't want something, they will donate it to us, and then we will donate to local community to help them, like clothes, furniture, cookware, and all those things. And my passion is to help those women who lost hope, letting them know that with hard work, with dedication, success is possible, and they can design a new life, even though if they are in a new country.
Great. So I see the logo in your back, Cleaning for Hope. So when did you start your company?
I started my company in 2018. So we've been in a business for over 3 years now.
And then where are you located?
We are located in Iowa. So yes, Des Moines. We are located in Des Moines, Iowa.
So you are going to houses in Des Moines, Iowa. How do you get clients?
We get clients by referral. A lot of time people, they will, when they see our good work, they will tell their family member, they will tell their coworker, they will tell their friends. So that's how we mostly get our referral, just from our, good work out there.
Great. And then what is your website, social media, Instagram for Cleaning for Hope?
Cleaning for Hope is cleaningforhopeiowa.com.
And do you have Instagram or Facebook also?
We do have at Cleaning for Hope in Facebook for right now. That's all we are using right now, just the website and the Facebook. But we are working toward Instagram.
Okay, great. So what is your joy of doing this company, Cleaning for Hope?
My passion for this company and what bring me to start this company is because in 2017 I was going through divorce, and from there I have 4 boys. I don't know where to put them, what to do, and when I come in this country, I didn't finish my degree, even though right now I'm still continue with my education. I don't have any degree. And from there, then I don't know what to do. And I just starting by cleaning chairs, by asking people if I can help clean the house so I can, bring some food on the table for my kid and pay rent for them so we can have a place to stay. And that's where my passion comes from. I'm like, wow, if I can do this with the flexible hours to help stay with my kid and, making sure I have time to drop them to school and have time to, read to them when they go to bed. Why can I start this as a company so I can help all the, the family out there? My target was not only for single mother. My target was for the family out there, because even a husband and wife living together, sometimes it's a big challenge for them to have a flexible hours so they can, have time with their kid. So that what led me to started this company, because I really, the beauty of this is it's not just because we go to your house and we help clean your house and, make your family feel safe and good when they come home from work. But the beauty of it, like, you are helping community, like, um, giving job for those people who they need a flexible hours for their family.
So how many employees do you have right now?
Right now we have 8.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Wow. So let's go back to your history of coming to America. I know it was a big process, and then being refugee. Not so many people know what it's like to grow up in a refugee camp. Would you tell us about how you end up being in Uganda and how you end up coming to America and at what age?
That is a great question, because most of the time when people say as immigrant in America, they ask a question like, "What made you to come to America? Why are you here?" But they don't know the whole story of why we are here. And the war started in South Sudan. Right now we have our independence from Sudan to South Sudan in 2011, but the war been in South Sudan for over 50 years. I could say over 100 years, because it's been back and forth. From there, in 1988, 1989, you either stay in your village or die, because it was like the war becomes so much, and so many people flee for their life. And how the war started is pretty much just like, people fighting for power. The north side of Sudan was most of them are Muslim, and the south was more of like Christianity. And the Muslim on the north side, they were the leaders and the government. And so the south kind of feel oppressed, because they don't feel like they're getting the whole value, like the benefit of the whole country, and they want their freedom back. And that's how the war started. And from there, it get worse to the point where people have to flee from their country. And when we actually, I myself personally, I never see like, a dead body, or I never even hear gunshot, because at the time my mom was pregnant with me when they flee from South Sudan. So I was born in refugees camp in Uganda just when they arrived, and we lived there for 15 years. And so from there, I was 15 years old actually when I deported myself from the refugees camp and come to this country. So living in America for another 15 years, now you can guess my age.
Wow. So you were born in a refugee camp
Yes,
and you grew up all the way to age 15 there.
yes.
So I have no idea how it looks like. Is it like a house? Is it like a tent? Like I have no idea.
Our refugees camp, I believe we were the lucky one, because our refugees camp, when people just arrive to Uganda, they did give them a tent and, something to welcome them in the refugees. But our refugees camp is called Kiradongo refugees, which the government of Uganda, they decided to give a plot, like an area, like about maybe uh, I could say 2 acre or 3 acre for every single family, so they can build their home and plant their crop, plant their vegetable, and plant their food to live. So we will not rely 100% on UN or the government to feed us. So I think that the best thing that they done. So from there, everybody start living comfortable in the refugees camp that we're living, because we have a place to get water, we have a place to, and we have a lot of organization from outside the country go in our refugees, and they they will build water line for us, so we can get a clean water. And they start building a school. So it's actually, it wasn't really bad, a refugee camp. We have a normal life, but we can hear our parents, they always like talk about South Sudan, how they miss the South Sudan, how their land was and everything. So that's how we know that we were from South Sudan, but the life wasn't really bad.
Wow, that's a lot of land. 2 acres is big.
I could be wrong, but that what I can calculate, because they want to give you enough to plan your food, to make sure you have enough to feed your family.
Yes, absolutely. So, how did you get to America? Like, do you apply? Did you apply green card, or like how, or somebody suggested that maybe you should try going to America?
We were one of those. So the beautiful thing about America is they give opportunity to people. So my sister, she find her husband here, and when my sister arrived here, she had the opportunity to apply for us to come here. That was, back in 2005. Well, we started our process in 2001, actually. I could say around 2000 to almost 2001. That our name was on the board. We were supposed to be here on, actually took out on September 11, and that when September 11 hit, then our process was canceled. So from there, it took us another 5 years to get here. But everything happened for a reason. So yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. So, when you came to America, was it a big culture shock? Say, when I came to America from Japan, it was a huge culture shock. Like, to me, everything was like so big. I didn't speak English, and I was really lost. But I had so much fun. I was exchange student, and I was in a youth program. So, did you go straight to high school when you came to America?
Yes, I started my ninth grade learning my ABC. And it was difficult because, number one, the food is a shock, because you know so many of us, where we come from, you will have to cook like a stew with some, like, fufu or gali, that some people call it. People sit down on the table and we eat a real food. But when we start going to school, we have to like get in line, and somebody was telling me like, you have to get a food called hot dog, and I'm just like, what? Like, they're eating dog here. It's like, no, it's not a dog, it's just a hot dog is the name of the food. And for me, it was like, okay. you know it was I think the food was the shock, and then the cold weather. Like, because we never have snow, and you can imagine we come in January, and we were wearing a short, okay, like a short pant with a t-shirt, and we were wearing a slippery. Arriving in New York, oh my God, because we have to sleep in New York. Like, we have to get out of airport, go to our hotel, and then come back. Like, when we step outside, the wind was just like in our face, and we just like, what is this? And we just like sitting there with no jacket. People were just looking at us like, where did they come from?
Yes, I know the feeling, and it's kind of interesting that when you said about hot dog. So in Japan, for instance, we say McDonald's, and then for McDonald's. So when my host mom said we're going to McDonald's, what is McDonald's? When we went there, oh, that's a McDonald's. Like, I had no idea. The same thing. I had no idea. It's a culture thing. And then I remember like everything was like so big. The portion was like huge compared to the Japanese portion. And immersing yourself to a new language.
Yes.
So, how many languages do you speak?
I would say 2.5 because I speak my dialects with this called Choli really good. But I speak Arabic, but not so good. Just I can hear some of the word, but not everything.
So, do you use that language?
Yes, we use it a lot at home because, as you know, coming here as a migrant, like our mom, they don't speak English, so we have to keep our dialect to communicate with them. And when you're young, you really don't know how important those languages is, and then when you get old, you'll be like, oh wow, I need to know about those languages. And I'm just grateful that I come here with my mom, and she were able to help us keep our language.
Would you mind to say something in your language to our audience? Maybe introduce yourself, something that we can hear your native language.
Yes, you can say so. Thank you in my language is a poem attack.
What did you say?
A poem attack.
A poemotek.
Mhm.
So that's thank you.
That is thank you.
Wow. It's a beautiful language.
Thank you.
Yes. Um, so coming to America at ninth grade and then having that experience, did you have any issues blending the culture, making friends in America?
My life is completely different than every teenager life out there, I could say, because I guess, they said when God chooses you to do something, you will have to go through a lot of trials to, get to the place where you want to be. When I come in this country in '05, I only stay for a year and then I get pregnant. When I get pregnant at the age of 16 going to 17, because of my culture, they have to marry me off to this man. And we don't know each other that well, but I have like my parents, they just come from back home, so they honor the culture. And that's how my life is started. So I really don't have a lot of experience being a teenager. I really don't have a lot of experience like getting a new friend, going to college, doing a lot of things. Pretty much just from learning my English to being a mother, and I have to, after I have my kid, I went back and get my high school diploma, but it's not the same anymore because your mind is not the same at that um, teenager child anymore. You have to think as a mother, even though you're going to school to get your high school diploma.
Wow. So you said you have four children.
Yes, I have 4 boys.
And how old are they now?
My oldest is 13, so he will be 14 this year. So I will have a teenager in a house. And my youngest is 6 years old.
Wow.
Yes,
So you are a single mom doing this business, cleaning for hope. Do you have
yes.
any message for other single mom like yourself that to be like running the company and then raising children by yourself? Do you have any courage, message, advice, strengths that you can share?
I have a lot of messages, but the message that I can tell the single mother out there is to don't give up. Don't give up on themselves and don't give up on their kid because we are raising our children in a completely different generation. It's a completely different environment where we have to be watchful on everything that our kids do and what they watch, what they're doing, and how we can teach them to still keep their respect and to know for some of us who are from a different country to know their root where they come from. So for the message for the single mother, especially if you're going through a tough time, is work on yourself. Because if you know yourself and you know who you are, then loving somebody it will not be a problem, or people loving you will not be a problem. And taking care of your kid, it will be more easier if you know yourself, because then you don't depend on their love, or you don't depend, when they mess up something, you don't get so angry, or you don't get so sad, or you get depressed all the time, because then you know who you are. If you find yourself, then start writing some goals down and start writing something that you want to do in this world, because you did not just send in this universe to be a mother of this kid, and maybe just being in a welfare, or just doing a small thing. You are here for a reason, and you have this kid, and we have to show them the right way. We have to show them knowing that they can be somebody. And for me, I was working hard to find myself. And when I find myself that I love myself enough, then I can share the love with my kid. Because if you don't have the self-love, even you have those kids in the house, the kid will be in trouble because you don't have the love to share with them.
That's really powerful. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yo.
And on top of it, running your company and having your employee, 8 of them, and then having the clients. So do you manage your clients as well, or do you have somebody that manages the clients?
I manage all those right now, and what drives me to continue working hard, maybe go to bed at 2 and wake up at 6, is that I want to break the curse that letting my kids know that they too can be somebody. So my kids are my big drive. I want them to grow up to be the men that they are created to be, and to have the life that they want to have. But I have to show it. I have to show it with my hard work. I have to show it with my work, with my action, that they physically seeing me doing it and seeing me saying it, and it's happening. So when we just moved in our new house like 2 months ago, my son is like, wow, it feels good to have my own room. And for me, that is the reward that I want to show them. I'm not just saying, hey, if you work hard, you can get it. I just want to show them, like, you see, we work hard. We live in this house that we dream of. We work hard. We drive the car that we dream of. We work hard. We can go to the vacation that, we dream of. So that what really drive me to wake up every morning and say, I'm not only doing it for my kid, but I'm doing it for all the children out there, like especially for us, as a colored people, to let them know that you have to put in the hard work in order to make it in life.
Wonderful. And then do you have any project that you're planning to do through Cleaning for Hope to help people in Uganda in the future?
Yes, so right now we have kind of trade school, which we are help people with technology. We are training them how to use technology, like the software and adapt that and all that. That is in South Sudan right now. That the school that I have is running right now in South Sudan. And so hopefully, if COVID is gone, because the lockdown and everything is kind of up and down, but I'm planning to go to Africa in August. So it's like only 2 months away from now, because I've been away from there for 15 years. And it's hard to start things. I have a lot of projects in mind, but I want to see the environment with my own eyes so I can come back with a better vision to write down exactly what I want to do. And, because you can write something, but if you don't see the environment, maybe it's not what the place needed, or maybe it's not what the people needed at the moment. So that's why I'm going back home in August.
Great. And then not only doing the Cleaning for Hope, I know you do some motivational speech as well.
Yes, I was trained with Les Brown to be a motivational speaker. So I am an international motivational speaker, and I will be a co-author in November of this year. And I'm actually working on my book. My published date by May of next year. So I'm working on a lot of things.
I admire you so much. Well, thank you very much for coming to Foxborough Cable Access around Foxborough. Do you have any last word for our audience?
My last word is you have to work hard on yourself and you have to love yourself because nobody out there will love you the way you love you. And if you love you, you have enough love to share to the world. But if you don't love you, then you are running short of love. Instead, you are stealing love from the world. And that's why our world is so broken because so many people, they're stealing love from the world. They don't love themselves. But if you love yourself and you know what you want to do in life, life can be like our society can be a really much better place if we can just take time to know who we are and love ourselves first before anybody else.
That is so beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Lillian, for coming to our show. And then please check out Cleaning for Hope. And the website again is Cleaning Hope Iowa.
So my cleaning company is cleaningforhopeiowa.com,
Okay.
or you can go to my speaking website at lilianokesh.com.
KG.com. Okay, we'll put that under. So thank you again. And thank you, audience, for watching another episode of Around Foxborough. My name is Julie Love. I hope you enjoyed this episode today. See you next time.